It's good to meet all of you. And you should know I retired now from the Park Ridge School District, which is just north and west of butts the city of Chicago. It's a district of about 400 to 500 teachers, two middle schools, and I was president of the IEA local in that district for about 10 years, and taught for about 30 years as a K-5 art teacher. So that's kind of my background.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining our call today. You recently had some success with fighting for teachers' pensions in Illinois. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, the success is mainly that we've been able to hold on to the promises that the Constitution of the state had guaranteed us. Now, every state, when it comes to public employee pensions, is different, of course. And Illinois is one of the few that have this constitutional guarantee within the language. It was written when the Illinois held a constitutional convention back in 1970. And there were a couple of delegates who were farsighted enough to know that even though we had a contractual obligation for the state to pay into our pension fund, that if it was left to the politicians, they would take the money that they owed us and spend it on other things, rather than, for example, raise taxes on the wealthy in the state. They would take the funds out of the budget and spend it on bridges and roads and other things that the state actually needs, but they would spend it from money that really was promised to the public employee, not just teachers, but all the public employee pension funds in the state, of which in Illinois there are 5. This is like the ultimate David and Goliath story, because even the teacher unions kind of grudgingly, because once the bill was passed, even they grudgingly came along with us. And so, but she argued before the court that the state had the police power to seize our pensions, like you would seize a building if the state wanted to, clear land to build something, urban renewal or something, that they could take our pension and do the same thing. They had the police powers to steal our pension. That was her legal argument.
Wow.
Well, in 2015, the Illinois Supreme Court ruled unanimously that was the dumbest argument anybody ever heard. In fact, they said it's absurd to think that the state has the right to solve a problem that they created by stealing the people whose pensions were being diminished or impaired. And it was like comparing it to someone who had murdered their parents and then threw themselves on the mercy of the court for being orphans. They said, you can't use the crisis that you created as an excuse for gutting the pension systems.